If you have clicked on this video, then probably you want to learn Python for data analytics. But why Python, not any other programming language? Why not Java? Java is running on 56 billion devices right now while I'm making this video. Why not Java for your next analytics project? Because as a data scientist, or maybe as a newbie data scientist, or as an aspiring data scientist, we all know that Python has shown some capabilities, which makes it very much preferable when it comes to analytic project. It has shown capabilities for scientific computing, analytics, machine learning, and other research stuff. So what are those capabilities? Let's discuss that. But I think before that, an introduction is something which is required. So a long time ago, not a long time, but in 1991, a Dutch scientist named exactly that. He created Python language as a scripting language. Scripting language? What is scripting language? Scripting languages are, again, it's some sort of programming language which is used to create small scripts, which is, again, those scripts are used to automate some certain stuff. But I don't like calling Python as a scripting language, because Python has a capability to deploy and develop production level systems like YouTube, and that can be deployed across the globe. So a lot of billion of users can use Python, use the applications which are developed in Python without latency, and the systems are production level. You name it. I mean, a system like YouTube that can be created using Python. So having said that, I think we are more interested in the reasons why Python is preferable in analytics. So my favorite reason is Python got like 75,000 libraries. So whatever you want to do, if you want to do astronomy, there is a library. If you want to do bioinformatics, there is a library. If you want to do machine learning, there is a library. If you want to do data science, there is a library. If you want to do array computing, there is a library. If you want to use GPU
to perform some scientific calculation, there is a library for that also. If you want to process audio, there is a library. If you want to do image processing, there is a library. Blah, 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 blah.
For everything, for every business use case, probably you will find a library in Python. So that is like my favorite stuff. Why? But these libraries have developed in some certain time only. So why people in industry, and preferably in national labs and previous companies, why they adopted Python? Because Python acts as a glue code. What is a glue code? In most of the companies and in most of the labs where research happens, there are scientific codes, I would say, scientific computing codes, which are legacy. When I say legacy, there is a piece of code which is developed in C or C++. There is a piece of code which is developed in Fortran or COBOL, and those particular code runs and performs some certain algorithm, some certain statistical algorithm is performed by that particular code. We don't want to mess that up. We don't want to mess that also, but we want to club them together, or we want to use output of this particular code into that particular piece. So Python can be used to glue them together. That is the benefit of Python, and that's why in the last 2 decades, Python has become prominent. Not only that, Python Python solved two language problem. So what is a two language problem? In most of the research, in most of scientific researches and prototyping, that is done in some more specialized language like SAS, R. I'm talking about few years back. So most of the research scientists, they develop, or they basically they prototype, they research in SAS, they research in R, and then when they think, okay, this thing is okay to be put in production, they develop the system in C++ or Java. But Python solved that problem. So Python is there for research, Python is there for prototyping, and when that particular prototype is ready to put in production, that can be done using Python. So Python is available on both of the ends. So the abundance of library, and I would say acting as a glue code for last 2 decades, and also the last thing that we discussed, Python being available at both of the ends, in research and in production, This is something which made Python popular for most of the projects. I mean, made Python desirable, I would say. And also, one thing which I think you would like hearing is, if you're a new programmer, that Python is very easy to understand. It's somewhat similar to English. So whenever a person who has an expertise in a certain domain, they want to do analytics, what they do is they learn Python, because Python is like, it's super fast to learn. It's very easy to learn. So they have the subject matter expertise. They know about bioinformatics. Now they want to perform some certain complex algorithms, some certain complex computation, some certain scientific task. They can learn Python and basically implement whatever they have earned and learned in their domain using computers. So that's why. So probably we have discussed about 4 major reasons why Python should be your next, I would say, preferable language for analytical project, or for your machine learning project, for your deep learning project, or probably any of the project that you are developing. And if it's slightly related to data and analytics, so Python is something which you can use. This is the first video. In the next video, we're going to discuss about how you can go through this course, and some basic preliminary prerequisites for the course. Thank you for joining. Let's see you in the next video.